What's up, guys? We are back. Fitness Profit Multiplier, Anthony and Jimmy. Today, we're going to be discussing true, proven strategies to grow your gym above 100 members without paid traffic. 100 members is that perfect milestone. If you own a personal training center, studio, you have to get to that 100-member mark. That is the mark that really solidifies you as a serious business. And this is the point where you really start to making good money. You probably have a bunch of staff at this point, but this is the marker that we like to see gym owners get to. A lot of people come to us with 20 members, close to 50, but the 100 mark really solidifies you in your community and in your town.
Yeah, if you don't have that 100-member mark or you're not close to it, you just don't have a business, right? Really. I mean, you have a job and you have some personal training clients at that point. The 100-member number gives you more freedom, at least gives you profit, and allows you to really take a step back from your business and get it to a point where you're not just running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You actually feel a lot better at 100 members. And that's a big goal for a lot of people. But once you get there, the grass is much greener at that point and above.
Yeah, for sure. And I got there, and Jimmy, I think you got there too. I'm pretty sure you got there too without paid money. Like, I didn't put $1 into Facebook at this point, and I had already gotten my gym to over 100 members. So it's possible. So we're going to give you the two proven strategies today to show you how to actually get there and get your business to that 100-member mark. But it's possible. A lot of people, you'll see all these crazy ads online that have we saw one yesterday. I actually screenshotted and sent it to Jimmy, but it was like 150 to 300 members a week. It was ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous claim I've ever seen. And it's like, you can get to 100 members without having to pay anything to get there.
Right.
So it's possible. We've done it. You're talking to two gym owners who have been in this industry for quite some time who've made it there. And I feel like I almost made it there on accident. So if I was a new gym owner listening to this, you can get there a lot faster.
A lot faster. And it was kind of by accident. I mean, Anthony and I have something like 16 or 17 years of combined gym owner experience, and probably 30 or 40 years of combined time in the industry. So it's not our first rodeo. Like, we've been through this, and some of these things we fell on by accident, like he said. And we want to give you guys the framework to be able to do it faster than we did, because we didn't have these things ironed out in our minds. We were just grasping at straws and trying to figure out how to grow it in the beginning, and almost stumbled over 100 members in a relatively short time, but it could have been shorter. So if you're listening today, these two strategies are the key things that a new gym owner needs to be doing to push themselves to that 100-member mark. And the cool thing is, it doesn't cost you any money out of pocket.
Yeah. And, it's just it's like I said, I feel like that's the milestone for the businesses. And I think that, again, like I said, that's the best number to get at. So we want you guys to get there faster. And, it's funny. Yesterday, someone walked into the gym. They follow my content online. So they came into the gym and she wanted to sit down with me. She just became a nutrition coach, and she's sitting down. She's asking me questions about, like, how did you get started with this? How did you become a nutrition coach? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. But started asking me the wrong questions. She was basically asking me, if a client comes to me and want to lose 20 pounds, what do I do? And that's the wrong question you should be asking. Your first question should be asking whenever you're trying to grow any business is, how do I get people to pay me money? That is the first question that you should be asking. And the reason why I say this story to you guys is I think a lot of gym owners get caught up in the minutia of this stuff. Oh, how do I train a client? They focus on the wrong things. You need to be pulling these two proven strategies the levers that we're going to be giving you today, you need to be pulling these systems constantly, like clockwork, day in and day out. And you're going to turn around and your business is just going to be, wow, I'm at 100 members. How did that happen? But you got to get caught up in that boring, same old stuff every day. Monotony. People hate monotony, but monotony is what actually gets you there, not the next shiny new thing.
Boring makes money. And it's the system, the task, repeating it, collecting money over and over and over and over again. So the process is not the sexy component. The profits at the end are sexy and the results you get from people are sexy, but 95% of the time, the process and the components that go into it are not sexy, but that's where the money is made. So we got to just keep pushing forward to repeat, repeat, repeat. And we're going to show you guys the things you need to repeat on a regular basis on this episode.
Yeah, and we explain this to all of our clients too. You know, it's one of the things that we go through when we get on our first diagnostics call. We look at the business. Okay, you guys need to pull this lever. This is what you actually need to do. You need to go in there and you need to start run this system, run this play, do this, do that, because these little systems that you do on a consistent basis get you to 100 members. It's not, oh, I hire this ad agency and they're going to get me 300 clients this week. It's like, first of all, if they actually could get you 300 paying clients this week, your gym, you would lose all of those members because you don't have the systems and capability to handle all that. So that's first and foremost. You're going to grow to the ability that your company can handle. So for example, you work with us and we give you 30 new clients next month. Can you actually handle that 30 new clients without actually losing them? Remember, the goal is to be able to add clients in and retain them, not add them in to only lose them at the back end. We've done so many episodes on the leaky bucket and how to retain clients more. And these are the things that you need to focus on. But without further ado, let's get into the proven strategy. So the first proven strategy needs to be referrals. Now, you need to have a system around all these things that we're going to talk about, but referrals are the biggest levers that you need to pull. Now, referrals are not word of mouth. I'm not talking about word of mouth because word of mouth happens on accident. You can't get rich or grow your gym on accident. Everything has to be systematized. So you might be listening to this and you say, oh, I get a lot of referrals. But do you have a systematized way of actually getting those referrals? The answer to that is probably no. Because if you're not at 100 members, you do not have repeatable systems to get there. And I bring this up because a lot of people say, yeah, clients refer. Okay, how many? What's the number? You know, that's word of mouth. That's luck. You can't get rich on luck.
No. And you have to have these solid, proven strategies to implement to allow these things to be systematized. And you may not know exactly how many referrals you're going to get from each one of these plays, but if you run these plays on a specific cadence, you'll know you'll get between X number and X number of referrals per initiative that you launch in your facility. So if the guys are ready, Ant, you want me to just launch right into those? Cool. So when we look at the referral strategies that we're going to use, we have a bunch of different avenues we can walk through. And the first avenue we want to walk through is our current members. So we look at our current members and we want to have a systemized approach to getting them to raise their hand to say, I'm ready to refer somebody into my facility. So the way that we want to put that together, we have a couple of different structures to make that happen. So inside of the gym, we have our Buddy Week promo. We have fat loss challenges. We have charity workouts. And those are the three big ways inside of your facility to generate new business and generate business from the clients that you already have. Having some sort of a reward system for that makes it that much sweeter. So somebody gets $100 off, half off their next month, whatever it may be. It doesn't really matter. You just want to put something together to incentivize members to continue to bring more members in so they get some sort of thank you back. Whether you gift them something like a physical item or you give them some money back on their next month, that's a way to structure it. And these are...
I'm going to jump in really quick, Jimmy. Honestly, guys, it doesn't matter. I've done both. I've given gifts. I've given nothing, and it doesn't matter. They just want to be appreciated. They actually like referring. So you actually don't have to do anything. We built an elaborate referral like program, and it flopped. No one cared. So sometimes giving them an extra service or doing all these extra things matter. So don't get caught up in that minutia of what am I giving them? What am I doing? You just want to
Yeah.
have a repeatable thing. So I just want to jump in there and say that it
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
even
just
matter what you give them.
something, right? Like put something in place. It could be $5, like a $5 little trinket. It could be money off their next training. It could be one-on-one training. It could be whatever you want to make it. It doesn't have to cost you a whole lot of money, right? Is really what we're getting at. So, but having something helps retain that person, helps them feel more appreciated. So may not get you more referrals, but it actually allows that person that referred to be like, oh, this person appreciates me. Okay, cool. Right. It's another opportunity to gift your clients something. So when we look at that, those are the three main ways, and you want to systemize them so that they are repeatable processes that exist all the time. Okay. If you want more training on how to do this, you can click one of the links. We have a free training on our Buddy Week deployment, and you can download that and start implementing that in your business right away, where you can get 10 new clients in 7 days with zero ad spend. You can take a look at that and go over all the details of our Buddy Week promo. But Buddy Week, Fat Loss Challenge, and charity workout. And then there's one other way in which you can generate referrals. And that way is through other businesses. So some people will call this different names. It's really under the referral bucket, in our opinion. And generating business from other businesses is one of the surefire ways to not have to spend money and just spend time to get more clients. So if you're just starting out and you're like, I can't spend all this money on ads, well, the strategy is really go talk to some other businesses, set up some lunch and learns, go talk to them, go engage with them. We have some trainings on this as well. So you can always look in the links and see what's going on there. But when we want to get referrals from other businesses, we have to develop relationships with those businesses, and relationships are what drives revenue. Relationships are what drives revenue. You have to develop a relationship with a new prospect. You have to develop a relationship with your client so that they refer, and you have to develop a relationship with a separate business that trusts you. So they have to know, like, and trust you. So we have to have those conversations in such a way that they are going to look at you as an authority and somebody that can actually help their business grow while they're helping your business grow, under the guise of helping the client at the end of the day. Because these other referral partners, like physical therapy clinics, chiropractors, medical doctors, these kinds of people, want their people to lead healthy, happy lives. And if they can trust you to help them do that, because they don't trust the trainer at the Gold's Gym, they don't trust the random online trainer people, but they tend to trust people that can speak their language. So if you can speak a little bit of medical language and talk to these people and get them to refer you members, and you refer them members first. So first step is send some members to a physical therapist locally. And once you sent them there, follow their treatment plan and communicate with that physical therapist over time. And then you can have more detailed conversations with that physical therapist and push that referral relationship forward. So those are really the big ways to capitalize and systemize referrals.
And again, guys, not word of mouth, referrals. That's how you properly do it. And again, these are things that we teach you on the inside. But the next important lever that you need to pull, and this seems like, I don't know if it is an obvious one to some people, but it is one of the biggest poles in the water. So Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, whatever your target client is, and we did a whole episode on what the target client actually is, so you can go back and listen to those. But target client goes online. How do they find you? What's the first thing they do? They Google personal training near me, fat loss center near me, gym near me. Those are the first things they do. So what's the first thing they need to see? Is your website. Your website and the referral system are going to be the biggest poles that you need to have in the water, using that fishing boat analogy, that will bring in the most fish. So website is first and foremost, is the first thing they're going to see. It's that first layer of defense. Your website, you have to look at it almost like back in the day, how people would drive to look for stuff or go to the yellow pages. Your website has to stand out. There has to be certain elements on your website that engage people. People need to click. People need to opt in for stuff. People need to be accessible to you. One thing I will say, if your website has pictures of you shirtless all over the place, you're probably not going to get Mrs. Jones to opt into your website. Your website should have things on there that establish that you can help your target client. That's basically what your website needs to be. But you need to have a good web presence. If you don't have a good web presence or a good way to get people to opt in to your business, to show interest, you are dead in the water. You'll never get to 100 members for sure.
No, not at all. And a dovetail on your website, we always talk about this, is Google My Business, right? It's reviews on there. It's all these things that we want to make sure we dovetail together in that process. The speed of your website, the way your website presents to people. These things are important factors. We've done some episodes with some website developers too, that you can go back and look at. And Sam is the website developer that we had on. And you can take a look at those and see what kinds of things you can improve on your website to make sure that it gets the traffic that it needs to give you that Google organic, as we call it, organic, right? Everybody talks about organic and everybody does it wrong on social. But when we look at organic website is going to be the highest quality leads and the easiest way to get people into your facility next to referrals for no spend at all.
Sorry, I was on mute and I was talking to myself. But yeah, but yeah, I agree 100%. You got to have that good web presence online. You don't need to, and if you don't have the money initially, you could do it yourself. I would definitely not have WordPress.com/gym name. I would not have that. That I would not have. Pay for a domain, which I think a domain is like $20 a year. Pay for a good domain, have your domain up, link it to a website, pay the little bit of extra money, and learn how to do it. Guys, you guys are smart. You know how to train people. You know how to take people from point A to point B. Google it and figure out, put together a website. You don't need to hire somebody to do this for you if you don't have the money and don't want to invest. In fact, everything that we're talking about today, these levers that you can pull are completely free. So you guys can go out and hustle and get to that 100 member mark. But once you get to that 100 member mark, that's when things change for you. You see ultimate freedom in your business. You have more systems that are involved there. You have the ability to deploy capital to start working for you, and you're able to buy back your time. And if you guys want help with any of that, you guys know what to do. Click those links below. And until next time, Anthony and Jimmy, Fitness Profit Multiplier, we are out.